I'm Franklin, and this is April the 11th. If you were born today, April 11, you are Aries. And what's around you today is cooperation that allows for the blending of two good ideas or two people. This is like combining the best of two worlds, or combining your logic and your emotion. What is coming into your life today, April 11, is change that will make you cooperate with others who live outside your normal box. The others you may have to cooperate with may exist only in your own mind, as heart and mind, emotion and logic. Working together, these two can answer any question that you have. This is an everyday occurrence for those born on April the 11th, and today it will be a part of everyone's life. The advice for everyone on this date, April the 11th, is to find the balance point between brutally honest, which is logic, and personal spin, which is emotion. Now here's a look at the upcoming week for those born on April the 11th. For those born today, today begins with an ending as the old cycle comes to a definite conclusion. This week will end with choices to be made because you have been given too much. Now, this month, the month of April, for those born on April the 11th, begins with you sharing your blessings and ends with you getting what you wish for. Now here's a look at the rest of the year, beginning with next month, the month of May. This month begins with a surprise that you had not counted on, and it will end with a gift from the universe that will make you change. In the month of June, this month begins with you having to judge others, and it will end with you winning the approval of your co-workers and leading a celebration of some sort. Now looking ahead to the month of July for those born today, April the 11th, this month begins with lovers reuniting and ends with the building of a foundation that will support a lot of future relationship. In the month of August, this month begins with omens from your guides about change and will end with you changing horses in midstream. In the month of September, the month begins with the rebirth of something that you've seen before, and September will end with the spirit world making itself known to you, getting your attention. Coming up in the month of October, for those born on April the 11th, the month will begin with others imitating your actions, and it'll end in a three-way split of the rewards of those actions. Looking ahead to the month of November, the month begins with you being offered a leadership position and ends with you delivering a message of good news. In the month of December, this month begins when someone declares that they want you for a relationship or a partnership. It could be either one. And it ends with you declaring that something is over and done with, and you've had enough of it. In the month of January, this month will begin with a dream that marks the end of the old cycle. And the month of January ends with you making the decision that you've been putting off. In the month of February, this month begins with you being able to express yourself, and it ends with you releasing the old to make room for the new. In the month of March, this month begins with a gift from someone who loves you, and the month of March will end with your release from the bondage of a bad habit. And that's a look at the coming year for those born on April the 11th. Now, if we look at life as a circle that begins at 0 and extends to 21, today's number is 15. And that number predicts big changes coming, and these changes are brought on by you, by your own actions, the words and deeds that you have put out into the world. Now here's a look at today, April the 11th, as a tarot reading, and that is the devil, which represents greed, ambition, and these are the things that chain you to worldly things and give temptation your full ear, your full attention. Your health based on previous lives. In the ages of 20 through 40, in these years, your health is a reflection of how you see your life and whether you're living up to your own high ideals. Now, here's a look at the health of those born on April the 11th between the ages of 40 and 60. In these years, you mimic the health that you saw in your parents. And then at the age of 60 and above, in these years, a clear conscience will create a clear bill of health with only the maladies that you decide to give yourself as a payback. Now here's a look at your love life based upon your previous lives. Ages 20 to 40. In these years, you love what you create, and you have very little patience for the creations or the mistakes of other people. But between the ages of 40 and 60, in these years, you learn to be more tolerant and accepting. And this will attract new people into your life. At the age of 60 and above, your inner child has a suggestion for a relationship and will attract this soul into your path so you can decide for yourself. Now here's a look at your career path in this lifetime. And this is for ages 20 through 40. There is travel involved in your work, and you become the face of this business. So many clients are going to identify you with this successful business. Between the ages of 40 and 60, there's a new beginning, and this allows you to start over with very different goals this time around and a different way of doing business. And at the age of 60 and above, in these years, you get to express your thanks to those who helped you get started and to show others how to build a solid foundation that can support success. Now, as to the gifts and talents in this lifetime of those born on April the 11th, between the ages of 20 and 40, in these years, your greatest gift is the ability to stay cool when the situation heats up and others are losing their heads. You remain calm and look for a way out of any negative situations. Gifts and talents between the ages of 40 and 60. You have a real talent for bringing opposites together and showing them a path that they did not know existed before you took the time to point it out. Now, at the age of 60 and above, patience becomes the gift that can become a way of life when you're able to wait for what you want by bypassing, passing up the many imitations that the world has to offer. And that is a look at April the 11th. If you like what you see here, please hit the subscribe button.